Hi, it's Wendy recording our next class for Horsham Fitness. So this one would be for the Tuesday evening class for when I'm away. We are going to be looking at releasing off down through the spine, mobilizing it into the thoracic area and the rib cage, and just a little bit of core work as well. So this evening, if you have a long foam roller, that would be great. If you don't have a long foam roller, you can get a couple of bath towels and roll them up. If you do have your soft Pilates ball, and then just for the very end bit, maybe like cushion for your head would be brilliant too. So we're going to start off down on the mat. If you can position your roller or your towel, whatever you're using, along the width of the mat, I'm going to carefully come and lie down. And just pop your elbows onto it and just carefully bring yourself down over the roller. We're going to have the roller positioned across the scapular region, reasonably high up across the shoulder blades there. Just come down really nice and carefully. Get settled down onto the mat. Bring your hands behind the head so that you can rest the head into the hands. And just make sure that the feet are parallel. And also you should be able to tilt the pelvis here. So you want to find quite a nice sort of neutral position for the pelvis, lumbar spine. We want to keep those areas nice and still and stable. So if for any reason it doesn't feel comfortable, just lift the bottom up and maybe just bring yourself down a little bit further. So try and keep the head and the neck nice and relaxed. Bring your elbows, so normally when we're doing our chest lifts, we'd have our elbows in our peripheral vision. Take the elbows a little bit further up this time, just to stretch into the shoulders. And then when you're feeling ready, think about just bringing yourself back towards the wall behind you and then back over the roller, extending over there, just extending into that thoracic spine, and just hold it here and have a few breaths. I'm going to be breathing into the front of the ribs here, stretching out through the abdominals, around the diaphragm muscle, and just really breathe into it. Nice, slow, steady breathing. Feeling that breath going into the front of the rib cage, feeling that rib cage open up with the breath. And then the next time you breathe out, we're just going to bring the elbows up, slowly up and forward, just coming into a little bit of flexion before we breathe in, and then come back over the roller again. And we're just going to do a few of these, really nice, slow and controlled, coming up on the out breath, and as you inhale, think about extending back towards the wall behind you and then coming over the roller. Just getting some nice extension into this thoracic spine. The thoracic spine and around the rib cage is an area that can often get really tight and restricted. And if it does, it just affects really everything else. It will affect the strength and stability of the lumbar spine. It will refer up and it will affect the functioning of the shoulder joint and also up into the neck as well. So really important to try and keep this area nice and mobile. Okay, if that feels okay, the next time you come up, you can lift the bottom up slightly, bring yourself just a little bit further up, just a fraction, and do the same again. You've just brought your towel or your roller just slightly further down. It will mean that you can get a little bit more movement. If for any reason that doesn't feel comfortable, bring it back up again. So we're breathing in to extend back and over, and breathing out to come back up again. Nice slow breath. Nice slow breath in as you extend back and over, and then a nice slow breath out as you come back up again. And you can do that once more again if it feels okay. You can try just bringing yourself a little bit further up, so you move the roller or the towel down slightly. So we're just staying in the area of the scapula, that you're not coming down below that area. Again, see how it feels. If it doesn't feel comfortable, move it back up again. In and out. Just do a couple more here. Inhale to extend back and over. And then exhale to come back up. And last one here. Inhale to extend back and over. And exhale, just come up to sort of like a flat back position. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, press through the feet. Just think about engaging the glutes and lift the pelvis up. And then we're just going to do a bit of a roll here. So you're just going to roll along the length of the scapula, just the thoracic spine, not coming lower than the ribs. Again, slowly, making sure that you're breathing the whole time. Good. Sometimes it might feel a little bit crunchy. You might even get a little bit of cracking sometimes if there's lots of tension. So if that feels okay, you can drop the right elbow down slightly, lift the left one up, and sort of just come more to the right side of the spine. So you focus on that side. And do a few rolls there. And you can do the same to the other side. So carefully come back to the center. Maybe left elbow down, right elbow up, and you can do the same on this side. I'm a bit crunchy on this side, so you'll often find one side might be a little bit tighter than the other. It's a little bit tighter for me on this left side. The last couple here, nice and slow and controlled, breathing the whole time. You can come back to the center and carefully bring the pelvis back down again. But from here, we're going to turn onto our sides. So have the knees bent up. I want to sort of work into the lat area. So just below the shoulder blades, round the side here. Position yourself over the roller of the towel. Knees bent up, nice and comfortable. Hands behind the head. And again, just settle onto it and see how it feels. Now, if it's a bit tight and tender, just relax here and just breathe into it and let the muscle just rest and settle over the roller. If it feels okay, you can do a little roll along the length of the muscle. So going up and down the muscle fibers here. Again, breathing the whole time. And then you can try coming forward slightly and doing the same again. Any areas that feel sore and you just don't feel very comfortable, you can avoid those areas. And then we can come through the middle and we can maybe roll back slightly. And you might find some points just feel a little bit more tender than others. Good. And then settle into the middle and we can come across the muscle fibers now. So take a breath in. As you exhale, take that elbow forward. Pause here, breathe into it. That breath going into the back of the ribs now. And as you exhale, as you breathe out, take that top elbow up and over, opening up across the front of the chest, and then hold it here and breathe into it. Breathing out to slowly take the elbow back, coming across those muscle fibers at the front, pause and breathe into it. And then coming back on the out breath. Just opening up as far as it's comfortable, holding it here, breathing into it. So this time breathing in to that top front of the rib cage. And then coming forward on the out breath, last one here. Hold it here, breathe into it. And the last one, as you exhale, bringing that elbow up and back, opening up across the front of the chest. Hold it here, last time, breathe into it. And as you exhale, take that elbow back to the center, and then just carefully pop the top hand down, bring yourself up into a side sitting position. And just take a moment to sit up and see how it feels. So obviously we've really stuffed down through the spine, but working into those lat muscles, you might find that that side that you've just worked on, so I certainly feel like that shoulder's just dropped down, it's just a little bit more relaxed. So we'll do the other side and then see how it feels. So just pop over onto the other side. Same here, knees bent, nice and comfortable. Get yourself positioned. If you start off and it doesn't feel quite comfortable, just come up and just try repositioning slightly. And then when you're ready, have a couple of breaths, see how it feels. If it's enough just to rest onto it and breathe, that's fine. Or if it feels okay, you can start to just slowly and carefully roll up and down along the length of the muscle fibers. And breathing the whole time. Good. You might find some spots that you might want to sort of pause on them, just have a couple of extra breaths. Again, you can take it forward, do the same again. And then we can take it back to the center, a little bit further back. And again, just rolling along the length of the muscle fibers. And then we can do a cross friction coming across the muscle fibers now. So taking a breath in. As you exhale, bringing that top elbow forward. Pausing here, breathing into it. And as you breathe out, take that top elbow up and over, opening up across the front of the chest. Hold it here. Breathing into the front and the top of the rib cage now. And breathing out to come back again. A few of these, pausing at the front, now breathing into the sides and the back. And as you exhale, that elbow comes up and over. And holding it here. Breathe into it. Do one more here, coming back to the front on the out breath. Pausing here, taking a breath in. Next out breath, take that elbow up and over. Good. Hold it here. Last time, breathing into it. And as you exhale, take the elbow back to the center. And then just pop that top hand down and bring yourself back up again. And just take a moment to see how that feels. Hopefully now you feel that both shoulder blades are just really, really soft and relaxing down into the spine. So just a little bit more work to really soft down through the spine. So whether it's your roller or your towel, pop it along the length of the mat. We're going to come and sit on the very end of it. And just really carefully, you can have your feet a little bit wider than hip distance. Use your hands to support you. And really careful, lower yourself down along the length. So you've got your head at one end, bottom at the other. Sometimes you just need to shuffle down a little bit when you come down. So you can have the feet a little bit wider than hip distance, just to keep you nice and stable. Okay, arms down by your side. Let's start off just by doing a few pelvic tilts. So we're going to tilt the pelvis back. So we're going to lift the tailbone up. The low back comes down onto the roller. And then take the tailbone down and that lumbar spine just lifts up slightly. So just gently mobilizing through that lower part of the spine, back of the pelvis. And let's use some breath with this. So let's breathe in as the tailbone comes down. And let's breathe out as we tilt the pelvis back, tailbone comes up. Just going to do another couple here. Breathing in to bring the tailbone down. And then out to lift it up. And then this time we're going to continue to curl all of the way up. So as you breathe out, that tailbone comes up, the lower back comes down. Continue to peel the rest of the spine up, off away from the roller. Knees reaching away at the top, take a breath in. And as you exhale, first think about softening down through the ribs, then through the mid-back, then the lower back of the pelvis. As you breathe in, bring that tailbone down. As you exhale, tailbone comes up, lower back comes down, roll up through the spine again. Good, taking a breath in at the top. And as you exhale, trying to roll back down one section at a time. And then with the in-breath, take the tailbone down and just come back to settle in a neutral position. Okay, so pop your hands on to the tummy. So your fingers on, thumb on the lower ribs, fingers across the tummy, and bring your attention to your breathing for a moment. A nice, slow, steady breathing in and out. Breathing in through the nose. And then nice, slow breath out through the mouth. Let's bring our attention to the in-breath first of all. So as you breathe in, try and feel that opening around the rib cage, that lower part of the rib cage where the thumbs are, around to the sides of the ribs, right around to the back of the ribs. Try and imagine and feel that rib cage opening up as you breathe in, and then coming back in towards the center as you breathe out. Just try feeling the sides and the back of the ribs open up with the in-breath. And then bring your attention to your out-breath, but still breathing into the sides and the back of the ribs as you breathe out. So nice slow breath out through the mouth. Start to think about gently drawing the abdominal muscles in. So not as tight as you possibly can, just really gently. Let them really soften, relax on the in-breath as you breathe into the ribs. As you exhale, next time, just drawing them in that fraction more. You can imagine you've got a big thick belt coming all the way from the pelvis to the lower part of the ribs, and each time you have that slow breath out through the mouth, that belt is just tightening down a notch or two. It releases off a bit with the in-breath, and then the next time you breathe out, it just tightens down that fraction more, and then releases off with the in-breath. Good. And then from here, I'm going to take the arms up towards the ceiling. So just keep a gentle drawing in with the abdominal muscles, because you want to keep yourself nice and still and stable on the roller. So with each out breath, gently drawing those abdominal muscles in. Bring your hands up above you, palms facing in towards the center. And let's take a breath in as we reach up. As you breathe out, keeping the arms straight, draw the shoulders down. So as you reach up, the shoulder blades come apart, they lift up. And as you breathe out, they come down, and they almost come down round the top of the roller. In and out. And let's just go for 3 more. And 2. And last one here. Let's pop the hands onto the shoulders, and let's circle the elbows round. Almost like you're massaging into those muscles just at the inside of the scapula. Circling the elbows up and back and round. And just do a few more here. Good. And then from here, take the arms back up again. And you're going to breathe in as you open the arms wide. As you exhale, bring the palms back up above you as you gently draw those abdominal muscles in. So breathing in to open wide, and then out to come back up again. So you don't have to come all the way down to the floor, just come down as far as is comfortable, but just opening up across the front of the chest, getting a nice stretch there. As you exhale, engaging those abdominal muscles as you bring the palms back up. We're going to go for 4, and 3, last 2, and then last one here. And when the palms come up to the top, bring them now down behind the head. Just get a little bit of length at the back of the neck. Have the elbows in your peripheral vision, and we're going to take it into our chest lift. So breathing in to prepare. As you exhale, first draw those abdominal muscles in, and then you're going to feel the head, the neck, back the shoulders, back of the head resting into the hands as you come back down on the in-breath. As you exhale, engaging and curling up. Good. And then coming back on the in-breath. Just make sure you're activating those muscles first, and then peeling the head, the neck, back of the shoulders up, and coming back down. So we're going to add on to it just a little bit. So come up on the out breath. Let's hold it here for the in-breath. Head resting into the hands. Next out breath, can you draw those abdominal muscles in a little bit further? Come up a little bit further, and then relax back down on the in-breath. A few more like that. As you exhale, curling up. Hold it here, breathe in. Next out breath, draw those abdominal muscles in, bring yourself up a little bit further, and then come back down on the in-breath. 3 more. Up on the out breath. Pausing for the in-breath, head resting into the hands. Next out breath, can you roll yourself up a little bit further, and then coming back down. Last 2, coming up on the out breath. Pausing for the in-breath. Next out breath, draw those abdominal muscles in to bring you up that little bit further. And then slowly roll back down. Last one here as you exhale, curling up. Pausing for the in-breath. Next out-breath, come up that little bit further. And then slowly relax back down on the in-breath. Good, excellent. Okay, relax the head down. Take the arms wide. Take the feet a little bit wider. And just rock to the side as though you're going to rock yourself up. Then come back through the center and rock to the other side. And we're just going to do a few of these, rocking one side and then the other. Almost just massaging out those muscles either side of the spine. Just do a couple more here. And then choose a side and just carefully come to the side, carefully lower yourself down onto the mat. Pop your ruler or your towel out of the way. And then just settle onto your mat and just relaxing and have a few breaths. Hopefully that whole spinal area down either side of the spine feels really nice and soft and relaxed. Almost like you're sinking into some sand. Have a few breaths here. Just enjoy that feeling. And then when you're ready, if you've got your little Pilates ball nearby, you can grab that, pop it between your knees. First of all, just think about your positioning. So feet about hip distance. Okay, the feet, the knees and the hips all in line with each other. Back of the pelvis and the spine and the shoulders really relaxing into the mat. We're going to come back to our pelvic tilts. So bring myself into the center. So just back to those pelvic tilts. So we're going to take the tailbone down. That lumbar spine lifts up slightly and then come back to the opposite. Tailbone lifts up, that lumbar spine comes down. So we're tilting the pelvis forwards and backwards. And then take some breath into this. So breathe in to tilt forward, bringing that tailbone down, and breathe out to tilt it backwards. We'll do a couple more. And then we're going to start to take it into a pelvic curl. So let's breathe in to prepare, bring that tailbone down. As you exhale, tailbone comes up, the low back comes down, and then continue to peel the rest of the spine up off of the mat, knees reaching away over the toes. At the top, take a breath in. And as you exhale again, soften down through the ribs, the mid-back, the low back, back of the pelvis. Relax and take a breath in as that tailbone comes down. As you exhale, tailbone comes up again, peeling the rest of the spine up off of the mat. Trying to roll up one section at a time. Breathe in at the top. And as you exhale again, soften down through the ribs. You're trying to roll back down one section at a time. When you're all the way down, breathing in to bring the tailbone down and exhale to roll back up. It changes a little bit this time. So this time at the top, as you breathe in, you're going to drop that right side down slightly. And as you breathe out, you're going to roll down through the right side of the spine. So you're just to the right of the spine. Again at the bottom, breathing in, that tailbone comes down. And then as you exhale, you're going to try and roll up through that right side of the spine. So you're just to the right of the spine. Good. At the top, as you breathe in, we're going to level out and then we're going to drop the left side. As you exhale, we're going to roll down through that left side. Breathing in at the bottom to take the tailbone down. And as you exhale, we're trying to roll back up through the left side here. Good. At the top, breathing in, we're going to level out. We're going to drop the right side down. As you exhale, rolling back down through that right side. Really good. Tailbone comes down with the in-breath. As you exhale, we're going to roll back up through the right side. At the top, we're going to level off, drop the left side, and then roll back down. We do one more to each side. Breathing in at the bottom. As you exhale, that tailbone comes up. Still the same, low back comes down. You're peeling the spine up, but we're just to the left of the spine. One more to each side. Let's breathe in. We're going to level off. Drop the right side down. We're going to breathe out as we roll back down through that right side. You're trying to roll down one section at a time. Inhale at the bottom and then exhale to come back up again. And then at the top, we're going to level off. We're going to drop the left side down. As you exhale, rolling down through that left side. Breathing in at the bottom. As you exhale, rolling back up through that left side. And then we're going to level out at the top and just hold it here for a moment. So now I'd like you to imagine that you've got a skateboard under the back of the pelvis, and it's just going to move to the right slightly. It's going to come back to the center, and then to the left slightly, back to the center, roll down a little bit, hold it here. So it's going to go back to the right, up to the center, and then to the left, back to the center, roll down another little section. Same again. You've got the skateboard, it's just going to shift to the right slightly, come back to the center, shift to the left, back to the center, take it down a fraction more, a couple more. It's going to shift to the right, back to the center, to the left, back to the center, roll down, last little bit, last one, take it to the right, back to the center, to the left, back to the center, and roll all of the way down. Brilliant, good. Okay, let's take the arms a little bit wider. In fact, you can either have your arms like this with the palms facing up. If it's comfortable, let's bring your arms into that goalpost type position. We're going to do some hip rolls, so bring the feet together. And we're going to breathe in. As we breathe in, we're going to roll the knees over to the right side. As you exhale, we're going to take it back to the center. Breathing in, rolling the knees over to the left side. And as you exhale, imagine this right side of the ribs coming back down towards the mat to bring you back to the center. So we're breathing in. As we breathe in and take the knees to the right, we're breathing into this left side of the rib cage. And as you exhale, this left side of the rib cage is bringing you back round, back down towards the mat. Knees come to the center. Inhale. So you're breathing into the right side of the rib cage. As you exhale, those right ribs coming down, taking you back to the center. We're going to do 4 more. Breathing in to take the knees to the right. And exhale to engage, come back to the center. Breathing in to go to the left. As you exhale, coming back to the center. 1 more to each side. Breathing in to take the knees to the right. Feel that breath going into the left side of the ribs. As you exhale, take those left ribs back down. Last one here, breathing in to take the knees to the left. And as you exhale, coming back into the center. Good, excellent. Okay, just take the knees in, hug them in for a moment. Do a bit of a rock side to side. And then when you're ready, you can either pop onto your side, push yourself up, or carefully drop yourself up to a sitting position. I'm going to get rid of the ball for just now. And come to sit in a side sitting position. Have the insole of the front foot resting in front of the thigh. And then have, so you've got your knees this way, feet this way, and have this hand just gently resting down by the side. We'll do some more releasing off into the ribs and the thoracic spine. So this hand is going to come behind the head. Make sure that the neck is nice and long. And you're just going to come over to the side, reaching this elbow up towards the ceiling. So you want to feel a really nice stretch coming all the way from the pelvis, all the way up through the top to the elbow. Hold it here and breathe into it. As you breathe into it, feel the side of the rib cage and the thoracic spine open up. Open up with the in-breath and then breathing out. Another couple of breaths here, reaching that elbow up, breathing into it. And out. And last one here. Reaching up and then just release off that hand, reach it over and then take it back up. Other hand comes behind the head. Same again, elbow reaches up, reaching up, you feel a really nice stretch all the way down through the side. Hold it here and breathe into it. Good, feeling that rib cage open up with the in-breath. So you're going to do 1 more breath here. And then reach that hand over. And then we're just going to go side to side. So breathing in out, and then over to the other side. Breathing in and out. Good. We're going to go for 4 and 3, for 2 and 1. And then you're going to come back to the other side. You're going to take the arm over, hold it here. You're going to rotate the body round and then place this hand down. So you've got both hands at the side. I'm going to do a little bit of flexion, extend, and extension now. So as you take a breath in, draw the hands towards you as you lift the chest and the head. And as you breathe out, flex through the spine. So breathing in to gently extend and lift the chest, and then out to flex. A few more here. Inhale, and draw those hands towards you. Breathing out. We'll do 2 more here. And last one. And then just come back to midway position. Bring yourself back up, and let's switch legs over and do the same at the other side. So into that side sitting position. Hand just gently resting by your side. Take the hand up behind the head. Reach the elbow up. Feel that rib cage open up. The thoracic spine, and breathe into it. Feel the breath going into the side of the ribs. And then you're going to release off the hand, reach it over, hold it there for a moment, and then come all of the way up and change over. I'm going to take the hand behind the head, reach the elbow up, nice stretch all the way up the side, hold it here and breathe into it. Another couple of breaths here. Good, last one. And then you're going to release off that hand, reach it over, and then let's just go one side, and then the other. And one side, and the other. And we'll go for 4 more, for 4, and 3, for 2, and 1. And again, you're going to take it over to that first side, reach over, just rotate to come to look down, bring the hand down. Going to breathe in, draw the hands towards you as you lift the chest, and breathe out to flex forward. Breathing in to extend, and out to flex. A few more here. Inhale, and exhale. Last 2. And last one here. Good, excellent. And just come back to face the front. And then just to finish off with, we're going to come into our quadruped position. So our 4-point kneeling. You can grab your ball, pop it between your knees, and just come into your quadruped position. So let's just do a little bit of flexion extension first. So take a breath in, lift the head and the tailbone as you exhale round through the spine. Stretching across the shoulders. Just do a couple of these. And last one here. Inhale to lift the head and the tailbone. Exhale to flex through the spine. And then come back to that midway position, that neutral spine. We're going to do some static abs. Take a breath in. As you breathe in, let the tummy muscles just relax down towards the mat. And then as you exhale, you're going to draw those tummy muscles back up towards the spine, but everything else stays still. So breathing in, let the tummy muscles relax down. As you exhale, draw those abdominal muscles back up towards the spine, everything else stays still. Breathing in to let them relax down. This time, curl the toes underneath. We're going to add in a little knee hover. So as you exhale, draw the abdominal muscles up first. Scoop those abdominal muscles up towards the spine. Then you're just going to hover the knees slightly. Take a breath in here. And as you exhale, slowly lower down. Breathing in, let the tummy muscles relax down. As you breathe out, draw those tummy muscles back up towards the spine. And then just hover the knees. Hold it here. Breathe into it. As you exhale, slowly lower. Breathing in to let the muscles relax down. 2 more. As you exhale, really scoop those abdominal muscles up. Everything else stays still. You're going to hover the knees. Hold it here. Breathe in. And as you exhale, slowly lower and breathe in to let those tummy muscles relax down. Last one here. As you exhale, scoop those abdominal muscles up. Hover the knees. Hold it here. See if you can hold it for an extra couple of breaths. Everything else stays really still. You're just slightly hovering those knees. You're scooping those abdominal muscles up. And then very carefully lower the knees down. Pop your ball off to the side. Relax the feet and sit back towards the heels. Breathing into the back of the ribs now. Bring the hips up slightly. Walk your hands round towards the left side. Keep the hands there as you sit back towards the heels, that right sit bone going towards the right heel. Being a lovely stretch all down through the right side. Again, breathe into it. And when you're ready, just lift the pelvis up slightly. We're going to walk the hands through the center, round towards the right side, and then sit back towards the heels, that left sit bone going towards the left heel. And again, breathe into it. Good. And then when you're ready, just bring the hands back towards the center and then back in towards you. And if you can tuck your toes underneath, just bring yourself up into a crouch position. And then you can lift the hips up, keeping the knees soft. Let the head and the arms hang. Take a couple of breaths. And then when you're ready, as you exhale, think about sending the feet down into the mat, drawing up in the abdominal muscles and slowly, slowly rolling up. Shoulders and the neck and the head coming up last, and then just give the shoulders a circle at the end. So there you are. I hope you're feeling okay after that. Yeah, let me know how you get on, and I will see you soon.